When stones speak, they have a story to tell. And Free Derry Corner certainly has a wonderful tale of social change, political troubles, and witness to all kinds of major events in the city. Even though essentially it is only a gable wall of a house, formerly known as 33 LECKY Road, it did bear witness to major political upheaval and many riots. Free Derry Corner was often used as the background by television crews from all over the world who were broadcasting the troubles from the city. As a result of this, the international community became familiar with Free Derry Corner as a place of conflict. You will see through the process of this programme that has now changed significantly. This is the gable end of 33 LECKY Road, much better known as Free Derry Corner. It was once the home of the McCain family for over 30 years. And during the 50s and 60s, it was common for men to gather and to meet and chat about incidents and accidents of community life that would often include politics. Many of these men had been unemployed or poorly educated, but they were very, very astute politically. And as they debated as to the reasons as to why they were unemployed, why 3 and 4 families had to live in 2-bedroom houses, and why their children were born into poverty and they couldn't see a way out. This was the reason why the civil rights movement was formed in the late 60s, inspired by Mahatma Gandhi in India and Martin Luther King in America. Their ambitions were small: 1 man, 1 vote, 1 house per family, a chance to work. These concerns were also important for the Protestant working class families across Northern Ireland. So when the Battle of the Bogside occurred in 1969, men still gathered at the gable end of LECKY Road, number 33. And this is when the story of Free Derry Corner began. Eamon McCann, journalist, broadcaster and politician, coined the phrase. A gentleman by the name of Liam Hull, part of the group of men gathered that night in January 1970, made his way home and returned with a paintbrush and white paint, and wrote what is now an iconic image: "You are now entering Free Derry." The block writing, which the world is familiar with now, was actually created by Caker Casey, a painter and decorator who lived nearby. Bloody Sunday is the name given to the tragic events of the 30th of January 1972, where 14 people died and many others were injured. Recently, a museum has been opened dedicated to this event, and it's worth a visit. As the wall grew in importance, it was held in great esteem by the local population, and over the years many people were involved in maintaining and upgrading the corner, often attacked by paint bombers and ran by Saracen tanks driven by the British Army, but it still remained intact. Free Derry Corner was now beginning to raise the profile of significant events to commemorate the hunger strikes, Republican events, and the deaths of local people such as Sammy Devaney. The corner continued to be a focal point of protests and bear witness to a whole range of activities around internment, hunger strikes and Easter parades. Up until this point, the back of the wall was largely used as an information board, and the Republican movement would have used it to highlight issues and concerns on what was happening in the political landscape. But after the ceasefires, the back of the wall then became a notice board for the wider community and wider issues. With the introduction of the peace money in Section 75, there was a greater awareness of what civil rights was. There was an awareness about the rights of children, women, travellers and disabled people. And so we can see a changing awareness and a greater, deeper awareness of civil rights, far removed from one man, one vote. When the peace process was established, and with the help and support of the European community, the peace money began to arrive, and this allowed the community advantage sector and local governments and other agencies to create a new community of peace. Free Derry Corner now was displaying the ambitions and the concerns of the community in regard to health and well-being, their ambitions for an enhanced quality of life, just the subjects of any community that could be found anywhere across the world. What follows next is a pictorial record of Free Derry Corner. And while many people think of it as a black and white image stating you are now entering Free Derry, it is much more complicated than that. And a summary of the pictures coming up next will help you to realise that. It will record the social change that has been established over the last 40 years, moving through the gritty grey images of the 70s and 80s and 90s towards a much more colourful future as painted by our youth.
I was born and raised in this town. It gave me wings but held me down. I've known its pleasure, I've known its joy. Throughout my life, both man and boy. Its broken windows, its alleyways. I feel it breathing, I hear it say, these are the streets that stood their ground, that gave me love, that made me proud. And from these gutters into the stars, the future's bright, the future is ours. Don't let hatred build its home in your heart. Don't let hatred build its home in your heart. Don't let hatred build its home in your heart. Don't let hatred build its home in your heart. I seen it burning in the driving rain. We ripped it down so we could start again. We built these bridges that are hard to cross, fast flowing water and a sense of loss. Let them hear